Hi, everybody. March 18th, the market update desk with Scott Riley, powered by Mortgage One. We, uh, we hope everybody had a really fantastic St. Patrick's Day yesterday. Obviously, being last name Riley, I am just a wee bit Irish, so one of my favorite holidays for the year. Hope you had some fantastic time, some good food, and probably some adult beverages there. We head into a very important week this week. Few things that are going on that have significant implications going forward, and a lot of misinformation from media. Shocking, the media doesn't do a deep dive into what's going on, they do headlines. So, Friday, we had the NAR, or National Association of Realtors, settlement of for compensation and how it's paid between the listing agent and the buyer's agent. And that was, it's a very complicated situation. And that settlement was $418 million that National Association of Realtors has to pay over a 5 year time frame. What's going to be important in understanding going forward? Number one, realtors' commissions were never set, they were never dictated, they were always negotiable. It's just the media doesn't talk about that. Going forward, compensation will obviously be negotiable for the buyer's agent. It's going to be very important as we progress forward that you have high quality, experienced, knowledgeable, relationship built buyer's agents so that you see the value they bring. The value they bring is very significant. Coordinating showings, quarterbacking the transaction from offer to closing, working one on one with you. One on one agent representation is very critical, making sure that they are working in your best interest and that they are giving you their dedicated time because your transaction is important. And as we go forward, that experience in all these different facets of the transaction, the showing of the houses, like I talked about, doing analysis of how much to offer and what the market is bringing or bearing based on comparables, and negotiating for you. These are going to be critical. They're going to separate the highest quality buyer's agents from the not as quality buyer's agents. So I suspect we may see a few less buyer's agents out in the marketplace. If you are a buyer, it's still very important to use a buyer's agent because if not, who's representing you on the legal aspects, the document aspects, the documents specifically, who's explaining the liability on those documents to you? If you're using only the agent that is representing the seller, are you really getting the best personal representation? Their fiduciary responsibility is still to the seller. So I use this example. It's like going to court. Do you want to represent do you want to represent yourself against a high-powered, very quality attorney on the other side representing the other party, or do you want representation of experience and knowledge on your side? Those are very important things to understand going forward. Also, it's going to be even more important to work with high-quality loan officer that has extensive knowledge about the market and about the market forces that are going on both in real estate and in the finance sector to help get you the best transaction. This is going to be even more important going forward because we're going to work one on one with your agent, and I work with the best buyer's agents that are out there. I have a select group of agents that I work with that I've known for many, 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 many years, and I want to make sure those agents are representing our clients the best, and that's why I have a very small circle of agents I refer people to because I expect their service to be equal to mine because we are working in this together. So that's kind of a breakdown of this NAR settlement. It doesn't mean chaos in the marketplace. It means you need to do your homework even more so of who's representing you and what value they are bringing to the transaction. So going forward, July is when this is going to start to come in. It's negotiating the buyer's agent's commission and negotiating most likely for the seller to offer concessions to cover that. So experience is going to be even more critical. This week's going to be a very important week economically. We have the Fed meeting on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we have, I believe it's, I'm sorry, they're meeting on Wednesday. On Thursday, they're giving their statement of economic projections. In other words, that's the dot plots. That's where they're showing what members in a blind statement, the members didn't indicate their name on this dot plot, but it's a anonymous survey of where they're seeing rates are going to be and what the economics forces are going to be going forward for the next quarter. So the dot plot is a very important thing to follow. We see some stuff coming that could give us some resistance in the on the mortgage side. Along with these, they're going to talk about their balance sheet and any potential runoff of the balance sheet. In other words, quantitative tightening. That's very important to the bond market. Probably going to be a little volatile week going forward. I see some upward pressure on rates as we go through the week here. Give us a call. We're happy to break all this down for you and help understand it. Once again, Scott Riley at the Market Update Desk and Mortgage One. Have a great week. We'll talk to you tomorrow.